There is a version of you that you haven't met yet, a version so cold, so calculated, and so relentlessly consistent that if you met him today, you wouldn't recognize him. You would fear him. In the shadows of history, Niccolò Machiavelli forged a blueprint not just for rulers, but for anyone daring to claim sovereignty over their own life. This isn't about ruling kingdoms. It's about reigning supreme over your mind, your actions, and your destiny. Through his timeless wisdom in The Prince, we uncover the art of unshakable self-discipline, transforming vulnerability into unbreakable strength. This journey isn't gentle. It's a forge where weakness is hammered into power. By embracing these principles, you'll shield yourself from the subtle manipulations of the world, be they from others or your own fleeting impulses. Let's awaken the strategist within, building a fortress of discipline that commands respect and inspires awe. Imagine standing amid a storm of voices, opinions, and temptations, yet remaining an island of calm, your words as rare as diamonds and twice as valuable. This is the essence of Machiavellian silence, not mere quietude, but a strategic armor that protects your inner world from the erosions of manipulation. In a world where everyone clamors to be heard, your restraint becomes a thunderclap. Machiavelli knew that true power lies in what is withheld. Men are so simple, he observed, and so ready to obey present necessities that one who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. But you will not be among them. By cultivating silence, you deny manipulators the fuel of your reactions, forcing them to reveal their hands while yours remains concealed. Begin by understanding silence as your first line of defense. In conversations laced with hidden agendas, be it a colleague's subtle undermining or a friend's veiled persuasion, your quiet observation turns the tables. Listen intently, but respond only when it serves your purpose. This isn't withdrawal, it's elevation. Picture a chess master who pauses, not out of hesitation, but to map every possible move. Your silence creates space for clarity, allowing you to discern intent without entanglement. Practice this daily. In meetings, hold your tongue until the discussion peaks, then deliver an insight so precise it shifts the room's gravity. Over time, this discipline builds an aura of mystery, making others hesitant to probe, lest they expose their own weaknesses. Yet silence alone is incomplete without detaching actions from emotions. Emotions are the chinks in your armor, the whispers that manipulators exploit to sway you. Machiavelli urged detachment not as heartlessness, but as liberation. It is much safer to be feared than loved, he wrote, implying that emotional bonds often lead to compromise. To protect yourself, learn to act from logic, not feeling. When anger surges, pause and ask, does this serve my long-term sovereignty? If not, redirect it into calculated steps. Visualize your emotions as advisors in your court, valuable, but never the king. Train this through reflection. At day's end, journal instances where emotion nearly derailed you, then rewrite the scenario with detached precision. This detachment extends to self-manipulation, those internal voices urging indulgence or avoidance. Procrastination, doubt, these are your mind's subtle saboteurs. Counter them by ritualizing your day. Rise at dawn, not because you feel like it, but because discipline demands it. Fuel your body with purpose-driven nutrition. Exercise with the intensity of a warrior preparing for battle. In relationships, set boundaries not from fear, but from a place of self-respect. When someone attempts emotional leverage, guilt, flattery, respond with actions that affirm your path, not theirs. This isn't coldness, it's empowerment, turning potential vulnerabilities into strengths. As you master these, unpredictability emerges naturally. Manipulators thrive on patterns, disrupt theirs by varying your responses. One day, engage deeply, the next, withdraw thoughtfully. This keeps adversaries off balance while you remain centered. Machiavelli's Prince was adaptable, never rigid. Apply this to habits. Alternate routines to build resilience, ensuring no one can predict or exploit your rhythm. In essence, silence and detachment forge an unassailable self. They protect you from external pulls and internal chaos, birthing a discipline that radiates quiet power. People will sense it, the way you move through life unswayed, a force of nature. It's about revealing your true potential, one restrained word and emotionless action at a time. Embrace it, and watch as the world adjusts to your terms, not the other way around. Envision yourself atop a solitary peak, the winds of distraction howling below, yet your gaze fixed on horizons only you can see. This is the Machiavellian approach to isolation. Not loneliness, but a deliberate exile from the noise that dilutes your essence. In The Prince, Machiavelli extolled the virtues of strategic retreat, the understanding that true focus blooms in solitude. To shield yourself from manipulation, you must first isolate to fortify. The masses are ensnared by constant connectivity, endless notifications, superficial bonds that leave them open to influence. You, however, will carve a sanctuary where discipline reigns supreme, turning isolation into your greatest ally. Start by redefining isolation as empowerment. It's not rejection of the world, but selection. Curate your environment to amplify your strengths. Begin practically. Designate sacred spaces and times for undistracted work. Mornings become your throne room, devices silenced, doors closed, where you plot your day's conquests. In this solitude, focus sharpens like a blade. Machiavelli advised princes to study history alone, drawing lessons from the past to navigate the present. Mirror this, immerse in books, strategies, or skills that elevate you. Whether mastering a language or honing a craft, let isolation fuel undivided attention, building expertise that sets you apart. But focus demands more than seclusion. It requires purging distractions that manipulators use as entry points. Social media, idle chatter, these are Trojan horses for influence. Audit your life. Eliminate apps that steal time. Surround yourself with influences that inspire growth. When others seek to draw you into their dramas, politely decline, preserving your energy for pursuits that matter. This isn't antisocial, it's aspirational. By focusing inward, you cultivate a mind impervious to external sway. Practice deep work sessions. Set timers for immersive tasks, rewarding completion with reflection on progress. Over weeks, this builds momentum, where discipline becomes second nature, scaring off those who once pulled your strings. Unpredictability, woven into this fabric, makes you untouchable. Machiavelli's genius lay in advising adaptability. The one who adapts his policy to the times prospers. In discipline, this means varying your patterns to evade prediction. If manipulators anticipate your routines, your generosity, your reactions, they exploit them. Counter by introducing calculated variance. In negotiations, sometimes yield gracefully, other times stand firm unexpectedly. In daily life, alter schedules, train at odd hours, explore new paths. This fluidity keeps others guessing, while your core remains steadfast. Extend this to personal growth. Challenge yourself with unpredictable tests, like fasting or cold exposure, to toughen resolve. These acts of self-imposed adversity mimic Machiavelli's call for resilience in adversity. When faced with real manipulation, be it professional sabotage or personal gaslighting, your unpredictable discipline allows swift adaptation. Respond not with knee-jerk emotion, but with a move they never saw coming. Silence where they expect outburst, action where they predict passivity. Isolation and focus also nurture creativity, birthing innovations that distance you from the herd. In solitude, ideas flourish unchecked by conformity. Use this to set ambitious goals. Visualize your empire. Break it into disciplined steps. Track progress meticulously, adjusting unpredictably to obstacles. Friends may marvel, foes may falter. Your discipline becomes a legend, inspiring awe rather than envy. It protects you by elevating your focus and infusing unpredictability, ensuring no one can map your moves. Emerge from your solitary throne not diminished but dominant, a figure whose discipline commands the room without a word. This is your uprising, where self-mastery turns potential prey into the predator of your own fate. Picture the phoenix rising, not from ashes of defeat, but from the deliberate incineration of your former limitations, a rebirth so profound it echoes through eternity. This is the art of killing your old self, a Machiavellian ritual that paves the way for unassailable standards. In his philosophy, Machiavelli didn't preach morality, he championed effectiveness. Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, he noted, urging a presence that demands respect. To protect against manipulation, elevate your standards to stratospheric heights, separating yourself from the masses who drift on currents of mediocrity. This isn't destruction for its sake, it's creation. Forging a self so disciplined, it becomes your ultimate shield. Commence the rebirth by confronting your weaknesses head-on. The old you, plagued by excuses, complacency, must be slain methodically. Begin with a personal audit. List habits that invite manipulation, like people-pleasing or impulsivity. Then, declare war. Machiavelli's prince was ruthless in consolidation. Be the same with your life. Replace indulgence with rigor. If late nights erode focus, enforce early bedtimes with iron will. Nutrition, fitness, learning, set non-negotiable benchmarks. Aim not for average, but excellence. Read voraciously, train relentlessly, network selectively. These standards aren't burdens, they're liberators, raising you above the fray where manipulators prey on the weak. Setting standards separates you from the masses, creating a moat around your sovereignty. The average person negotiates with themselves, bending to whims. You will not. Define your code. Integrity in dealings, excellence in endeavors. In professional realms, demand respect through unmatched preparation, arrive over-prepared, deliver impeccably. When others cut corners, your consistency shines, deterring those who seek easy targets. Socially, uphold boundaries. Surround yourself with equals who challenge, not drain. This selectivity isn't elitism, it's elevation, ensuring your circle amplifies your discipline. The rebirth deepens as you integrate Machiavellian foresight. Anticipate manipulations by studying human nature, observe patterns in behavior, prepare countermeasures. If flattery approaches, counter with questions that reveal motives. Your high standards make you discerning. Accept only what aligns with your vision. Cultivate habits that reinforce this. Meditation for mental clarity, journaling for strategic planning. Each day, affirm your rebirth. I am the architect of my empire. Your actions, detached and focused, become legendary. People sense the shift. The old, malleable you is gone, replaced by a force of unyielding will. This scares them, not through threat, but through the mirror you hold, their own untapped potential. In relationships, high standards protect profoundly. Demand reciprocity. Walk away from imbalance without remorse. This rebirth empowers choices that honor your growth, turning potential heartaches into stepping stones. Finally, celebrate the sovereign's emergence. Your discipline isn't a chain, it's wings, granting freedom from manipulation's grasp. Machiavelli's truth rings. Power from within outlasts all. You've killed the old to birth the new, a version so disciplined it inspires. Stand tall, the world awaits your command, not as a tyrant but as a beacon of unbreakable resolve. This is your legacy, epic, uplifting, eternal.